Hello, this is Tom, aka Gedeon, here for Tabletop Tap Room. Now, I don't know, was it how long ago was that Don Samora of Wizard Tower Games did his little video thing um, where he was responding to hate-filled diatribe from a Twitter account concerning his daughter. It was at that time that I decided that Wizard Tower Games was going to be one of the game publishers that I was going to support and follow. And so today we have one of their flagship products here. It's a 1E compatible D&D module called the Haunted Ruins, and that's the core of this review. But I was just breaking down the box. And it turns out that Wizard Tower Games threw a second product in there I wasn't expecting. I almost threw it out, but I was flattening the cardboard so it fit nice in recycling, and this was in there. So I will also review this as well. So let's get right to it. So this is the store listing for Wizard Tower Games. Now, I just want to say one thing. The website for this company, I Googled it, and I got a bunch of other, I Googled Wizard Tower Games, and I got a bunch of other things that I was not looking for. And I actually had to Google Wizard Tower Games Haunted Ruins module. And then I got this link, and it's store.wizardtowergames.com is the location. So I had some trouble. The algorithms, the search algorithms, were trying to steer me towards other things, which were not the company I was looking for. So that was my first issue. This here is the Haunted Ruins physical booklet. Retails for $15.99. It has a strong aesthetic of AD&D carried by the cover. Very much, reminiscent of those AD&D covers. The production values are high. There are illustrations throughout in black and white of good quality that enhance the layout. There's some minimal white space in the layout to relieve, for eye relief. The font size isn't too small and is very readable, and the maps are black and white, clean, and readable. Now, there are some modules that you use and then relegate to the bookshelf, and others you go back to again and again, like Keep on the Borderlands or Village of Hamlet, mostly because you want to continue using the village or the castle detailed within. This is one of those modules. It contains a village that you may wish to continue to use as a strategic environment where the PCs are based. It also provides a new creature that you may wish to use again. And I like that when there's extra stuff in a module that is just value added, and that's what has gone on with this module. This village is very much the type of village that would never make it onto a medieval map. It's a very small village, so you could actually place it anywhere in your setting. Just drop it in. It is a Game Master's module designed to make the Game Master's life easy. From 2 pages at the back for Game Master's notes and modifications to clear Game Master's notes at the beginning, explaining the module and laying it out for you. It even detailed ceiling heights and door widths that were spelled out unless a room description countered that with what was in the description. The dungeon includes a riddle as a puzzle, but there are 3 alternate riddles are provided in case the riddle in the dungeon description is known. And this enhances replayability, which is a plus. The village map is nice. It's a hand sketch and would double as an actual map handout to the PCs that they might find within the setting. The major NPCs have stat blocks and descriptions and that hint at the knowledge they might share with the PCs and or their motivations. I particularly like the inclusion of non-standard businesses like a butcher, a baker, and a candlestick maker, alongside the expected innkeeper and blacksmith. Most villages of this sort usually include a temple with a friar or cleric, but this one has a barber/surgeon. Which I thought was cool. who just happens to be a cleric. And, it's an interesting change of pace. Notwithstanding, the village is almost too small to even support a temple, anyways. Um, there are 2 plot hooks to kick the adventure off. As a game master, I may not use either of these, but I like having them. There are notes on the deal the merchant will offer the PCs, as well as details about what the merchant will provide when the PCs take the job, as well as what they will get afterward as a reward. And that's kind of thorough. I like that. I love that there's both a random monster table for the woods leading up to the adventure site, but also a random item table. You might just find random items in the woods. And that's cool too. The maps, as mentioned, are clean and easy to read. They are logical. They're not the classic AD&D maps that crowd in as much as possible onto one page. You remember those? It's just like totally illogical, and the rooms are just crowded together. So I like these maps. There are interesting encounter names like Orc Dinner Party and Goblins Playing Dice. These kind of evoke a little something that player characters might try to be creative instead of just run in and do line up against them and whack them all with the swords. So I like that. And it emphasizes that these creatures live here and are not waiting for the adventurers to show up and slaughter them. The challenges are varied and include traps, riddles, puzzles, illusions, and of course, monsters. And finally, the boss encounter is given a full page to set up the battle. The merchant that hires the PCs has a reaction table in case the PCs fail to fulfill his mission to the letter. And that's a nice touch because there's a bigger story going on with the dungeon, but all they're hired to do is bring back the head of the goblin leader. So if they fail to bring back the head of the goblin leader, there's a table you roll on and it'll be the merchant's reaction, and it impacts what he will give them out of the reward he promised. There are also 2 side adventures detailed at the end, as well as a suggested alternate ending. I love the thoroughness. Of particular note is the glossary at the back for the neophyte game master. So you're new to game mastering. This might actually be a good, although it's for characters levels 3 to 6, so it might not be what you start with, but it's a game master's module, and it's designed to be user-friendly for the neophyte new game master. It's obvious that the module reflects a lot of creative thought by the author, and as I said before, it's a game master's module catering to the game master while it encourages the game master to modify and make changes. It's ready to play without the burden of having to write what the author left off. This is a great OSR project. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. So the next item is the Rothhold Dungeon cards. It's a deck of 36 cards. You see here, it retails for $14.99. My only criticism, and I fired off a thing to Wizard Tower Games, is that it came in a Ziploc bag, which I hate because this bag for the size is tedious to get these cards in and out of. It was a pain in the neck. And he informed me that he actually has the dies for cutting the box for the cards to fit in. So that is an upgrade that is coming with these. From my recent communications with him. Now, what these really are is they're a deck of room descriptions for the Rothhold Dungeon. And it's, it's really just to be there to give you a room description. But some of these room descriptions kind of almost dictate what the map would look like. So it's there as just to help you out as a game master. You need a description to throw in, but I almost think you could just deal yourself 12 of these and lay them out as a dungeon, and then draw the map from what you see here in this. And once I saw that, I started thinking this might actually be a tool for you to play a solo adventure. Particularly if you're sitting there with the original AD&D rule books, there was a lot of support and tables in the Dungeon Master's Guide. So if you were looking to play solo, just, run it out, just because you got nothing better to do. You know, I think this might actually be the ticket for laying it out. It would work well, with the random tables, random treasure tables, and random wandering monsters populating a dungeon. So these are great. I'm going to read one here. This small room has another door to the right and appears to be propped open with a small rock. The room smells of smoke, like something was recently burned. As you peer closer, you see that there is a remnant of a small campfire in this room, along with bloody bandages. So that's the top description. And then down here in red, which I assume is the game master only, it says the room is 20 by 20, and if the players search, they will see the remnants of the fire are still warm. The bandages appear to be only hours old. If searched, we'll find also a random weapon and a silver key with an emerald in its handle. The key can be made to open anything the DM desires. So there's a lot of detail like that, and these cards go on and on. I mean, you get some with descriptions of pit traps, glow coming from it, and then in the DM section, it's at the bottom there's a lava flow passing. So you fall down the pit, you fall into a lava flow. It's a bad day for you. So these are great, and I think these have more potential than what they were intended for, because I think there's a potential here to use them for mapping your dungeon. Just deal out 10, 12 cards, read the descriptions, arrange them as a map on your, just sketch it out quick, and then just use the descriptions. They're there to spur your creativity. So I kind of like these a lot. The last deck of cards I was given as a play aid for D&D, I didn't like them. I just didn't see the utility, and I was like, oh, that's nice, thanks for the gift, and who knows where it is today. But I think these have a lot more utility than my first reaction to them, just for laying out a dungeon on the quick, or for possibly for playing solo. So I highly recommend these as a potential, particularly, if you're just looking for an aid to help you with descriptions, to help you map out a dungeon, to help you maybe even play solo, because your regular buds are all busy with family and whatever, work, and you can't have the regular Monday night D&D get together. So this is Tom from Tabletop Tap Room. Those are my product reviews on Wizard Tower Games. I love the thoroughness that went into the Haunted Ruins. I highly recommend this. This is, there's nothing in here that jumped out at me that said, oh, I'm going to have to prep that to be able to run this. Everything is done. Everything's done here. And it's a Game Masters module. So check it out. Check out Wizard Tower Games. They are a great little company. I love the philosophy behind their materials being thorough, and he certainly has been. And so this is Tom for Tabletop Tap Room. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my subscribers. You guys are great, and keep on gaming.